Morning, Aries. Hello, and welcome to you, and welcome back if you're an existing subscriber. Thank you for being here. So this is going to be your last half of April reading, and I'm doing it slightly different this time, Aries. So we're going to do a few cards to help you see what's going on inside. And of course, this is a general reading, so take what lands and leave what doesn't, and govern yourself accordingly. So we're going to do a few cards to represent the internal landscape and what's happening energetically, spiritually, if you like, for you. And then we're going to do a few cards to have a look at what's going on in the external world so that you can see where there's balance and imbalance. And then we'll pull. I've already pulled the cards and they're here. So we'll have a surrender card, and then we'll have an archetype card so you can see which archetype you're working with. Well, Aries, what are you resisting? Because the call is loud and many. And there's it's barely a resistance, it's more of a stubbornness. So I'll show you your internal cards. So it looks like your light body is being activated, and that's going to feel some kind of way for you. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. We're all the oracle. Okay, because divine wisdom lies within. It's in your codings. But here we go with an uplift in your energy field. And, well, let's go to the next card before I start challenging you. This is not an ask. This is a tell. Just say yes. Just say yes. But I don't know what to say yes to. Just say yes. You won't know just yet because we're working in the intuitive realms. This is the inner spiritual being. Okay, so light activation. Say yes, be willing, move into allowing, even though you don't know the outcome. And I know you're cardinal fire, and I know you like to lead the race and you're the boss. Sometimes you have to be the student. Okay. If you knew you would be supported, fully supported, what would you do? Would you trust your path? Because there is no path. This dude's just wandered off, just trusting. Okay. And it's the not knowing that stops us from wandering blindly, but we have to wander blindly to find new land. It's called voyaging, exploring. And something made me draw a clarifying card for this internal landscape. And out comes the Knight of Cups. And you know, when I feel into this energy, it actually feels very Aryan. Knight of Cups, very passionate, wears his heart on his sleeve, very loving. But in his shadow energy, he's a bit sulky and he's a bit mardy when he doesn't get his own way. Can be a bit tricksy, sneaky. And that's the energy I'm picking up on, is this kind of, it's not resistance. It's a gentle belligerence and a kind of sulky. It feels kind of sulky. Okay. Because, yes, the antithesis of getting your own way is coming through in this reading, because it's about surrendering personal will, your will, to divine will, to alignment with the energy field. So to come into a deeper alignment with your energy field, you're going to have to let go of the control and the perceived leadership and the perceived knowing of all. You've got to let go of that and be a bit flexible. Okay, I know I'm being bossy today, but when you see the rest of the cards, it's like, will you? Will you please just, right, external. There's such an urging here, but it feels like, it's a bit like a kind of, feels like a stern grandmother energy. You know, that kind of grandmother that you don't say no to. Because you know she's wise. Right. Come to the edge. What's that? The edge of your landscape. That's the edge of what you know. That's the edge of what you've already explored, which actually is done. It's being prepared to walk off the mat. You'll have heard me say, I don't know how many of these videos that you watch, but you'll have heard me say, when I check in with myself sometimes, I say, how are you doing? The answer I get is, I'm standing on the edge of my mat with nothing but a handful of crayons. I've got to draw the roads in and put the rivers in and the trees and maybe a path, maybe not. And it's willingness and openness and curiosity, childlike curiosity, because there is a beautiful childlike energy with this Knight of Cups. And when you harness that passion, I mean, he's very creative and artistic and passionate. Just really do get such a strong creative energy with that. And now in this completion, 36-9, in this completion energy, it's like, okay, well, you've done that. So you can do that loop again. You can learn that module again. Or you can come to the edge and you fill that in. But look, does he keep his passion to himself, I wonder? Or does he co-create with others? Because it's a powerful act to co-create with others. It sounds very lovely and new agey, but co-creating with others is where you run into dynamic clashes, personality clashes. It's where you have to learn to be flexible, cooperative, without being capitulating and pleasantly agreeable. Cardinal fire. You know who I am. Co-create. Okay, see what's around you, see what's gathering around you. And in all of this transition and expansion, maybe your collective has changed, maybe your friends have changed. Work with what you've got. And again, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Because here is a leg up. It's there, and it might be contained in your collective. Might be in your friends collective, work collective, family collective, inner guides collective, but this is in the external world. So I'm reading this as it's here. It might be under your nose. Can you see it? Can you see it? Or are you still feeling some kind of way because you're going to have to let some stuff go to explore this uncharted territory? And then I turned the deck upside down and I just kept pulling cards. Okay. You think it's not for you. Something in you thinks it's not for you. Hence this kind of silky. I don't want to move on. Okay, that's cool. There's no judgment. All behavior is okay. If you're really happy in this passionate, beautiful, creative artist, stay. But you are being called, and that's going to affect your energy field. It's going to cause a conflict, inner conflict. Okay. So you think it's not for you, but it's coming in on the energy of 6, which is heart energy. It's about balance. It might be the balance of divine will and personal will. It might be the balance of masculine and feminine. 26-8. Abundance and success, and it feels like a reorienting of your path. It's powerful, really powerful. Look at the light that's coming through her. Happy, happy. You're getting the messages here. Higher power. It's expansion. You're expanding whether you like it or not. It's how you harness it that will define you. Change in the wind. Come to the edge. I am defying you. Come to the edge and play. Stay flexible. Bend with the change. You don't have to break. But even in the bend, there can be a little bit of pain. Move through it. Mending the mind is what I get with this. Mending the mind that might be a little bit limited, might need a bit of a stretch. And just allow yourself to feel a new thought, to play with a new paradigm that you're creating. Because it's time to go. Can you see the urgency of these messages? It's like you were being told again and again and again. Time to go. Use that creative energy and imagine. What's going on in your collective? There's stuff you can share. There's stuff that's going to help all of you. And I really sense it's right under your nose. Go the distance. So, as far as this reading is concerned, you are staring into a cornucopia of gifts, but there has to be a transition to go and get them. And in that transition, what's going to rise up in you, it might be where it hasn't worked before. It might be some stubbornness and some defiance and some sulkiness. That's cool. All behavior is okay. Be with it, but know that you're moving through it. Bring it love. Ask it if it wants to come with you. Take it with you on the journey. And it will just start to let go as you build trust and confidence and step off the edge, maybe. Or build a path off the edge. It's up to you. You're the creator. And if this message couldn't get any louder, what you can surrender to that's going to help you. Are you getting it, Aries? Surrender to joy. And there's a question in there, isn't there? How do you surrender to joy? Is surrendering to joy somewhat limited for you because it's so conditional? Because you don't trust it and it may never return. So I'm going to accept it with conditional acceptance. It's conditional joy. Maybe that's just what I'm hearing. The key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Savor it. Do you indulge in random acts of smiling? Try it. It lights the world up. And it triggers some folk, and that's just as entertaining. During both the hard and the easy times, do you keep surrendering to more joy, or do you close down? Does your fire get frustrated? And the archetype that's walking you through this change is the knight. The knight in his light is loyal, romantic. Knight. Chivalrous, honourable. The knight in his shadow is destructive ruler. And kind of has fixed principles like dogmatic, immovable principles, and can be deluded into believing that joy doesn't come, into believing that it isn't to be trusted. But this message, loud and clear, just screams, come to the edge, because your vibration is rising. You're being called loud and clear many times, again and again and again. Come, co-create. You've got a leg up. It's all happening for you. So love this guy better. Love this inner knight better. And raise him up into his nobility. And what a beautiful reading. I'm really excited for you, Aries. Go get them, Tiger. Go get them. So please like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment if this lands. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Happy co-creating.